Hello YouTube, Jared here, and it has been a while since I did one of these kind of videos. Um, Today I want to talk about, just in general, buying a monitor or TV, and then I just wanted to talk about some random topics of, you know, like maybe the RAM crisis and stuff. Um, so the first thing I want to say, I have a little, um, I just want to tell you, I have been personally using an IPS LG display. Um, it's a 4K display. I love it. It's a 27 inch, by the way, and it's my daily driver. I'm still using it. I have like over 3,000 hours on it. Uh, I use it maybe, you know, not every night I game and stuff, but some mostly on the weekend a lot. Um, so yeah, I'm coming into. I really like LG, and this video is kind of sad because LG has been like, I live in South Korea, and I'm married to a Korean, so I had family members that work at LG, and I don't know any of them that do now, but my Korean family anyway. But what I want to say is, I'm really sad because if you look on Amazon, LG is falling behind in the monitor sales, but their TVs are still okay. But the thing I want to talk about today is OLED, and I just want to say the O in OLED is organic, and just you can just make this argument, an organic is biodegradable, and biodegradable means it's going to expire at some point. It's going to die, no matter what, no matter what. And the thing is, LG is still holding strong on this OLED. I mean, yes, they they're making TVs now mostly, and they do have mini LED, and we'll get to that. But it's just sad that they're holding on to it so strong, knowing that the technology, and this is all about the burn-in. Okay, this the result that we see is the burn-in. But my whole point is, OLED is dead for me. LG's focusing on it still. They are focusing on micro LED, but not in the monitor departments. So I just want to say, LG, please focus on mini LED for monitors. And I think they call their mini LED QNED, which is so confusing, bro. Please just use mini LED LG. Stop changing things around. Like, it's all these things. People are like get so confused with these things. But so that's one thing. So when you're buying a monitor or TV, do not buy OLED unless you want to. Here's a preference. You're buying it and you're saying, okay, this is going to be good for five, maybe up to 5 years of really good image quality. And I'm not 5 plus years. I don't care. If you're buying a TV for like 5 years of like perfect image quality or something, go ahead, get it. But let's say you're like, hey, I want something that is going to be reliable throughout my life. I don't really want to keep upgrading. I don't want to just keep buying stuff. And that's like me. And by the way, I'm still using this. I'm looking to buy. I forgot to tell you. I'm I'm looking to buy an LG um, mini LED monitor, which is sadly not on for sale. I don't know why. Um, this is like a rant video, isn't it? This is like a rant video. I'm trying to, like, somebody at LG is gonna watch this, and please listen to me, please. Um, but it's not available. Um, they just do big giant QNED TVs, and I don't want a QNED TV. So, but I think it is coming, but it's just not available. So I'm not saying anything bad about LG. I'm just saying, but they do need to stop focusing on OLED because it's not that good. Um, and here's the problem now. We focus on like the bad thing about LG. Now let's focus about, there's other companies doing really well that are focusing. Sony, and there's this new company called KTC. They're Chinese, and TLC. They're Chinese. Um, China is taking over like the demand for mini LED, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So what should you buy? So what should I buy? And yeah, I know I spell what like that. I know how to spell what. But you definitely need to go for a mini LED. And it's gonna last forever. I mean, I'm just saying, if there's the reason why you want to go for mini LED is it's opposite of, it's not organic, it's non-organic, um, because rocks they use rocks, crystals. And you tell me, is a rock alive? If you can tell me that a rock is alive. Now there's things that are inside the rock probably that are alive, but the ones that are using here have been purified, so there's nothing alive in it. We're not going to get into that. So, which means it will never expire. It is non-organic, which means it will last forever. Those rocks will last forever, unless somebody crushes it. Unless you fall, the TV smashes on the ground. So what I'm trying to say is, mini LED does not use any kind of organic component in their display. And when you're dealing with things that are not organic, it's way more stable. And it's easier to process things. And so what I'm trying to say is, you definitely want to get a mini LED, because the actual function of the TV, of the LED, the monitor or TV, or there's nothing that can die. So nothing can die in the TV. So, well, there's probably components in the TV, like the copper, and like on the semiconductor, like if there's, some kind of moisture and stuff gets into the TV somehow. There's things that can die in there. You know what I'm trying to say, though. Like, I'm talking about the basic function of the TV cannot die. And like, this is like perfect conditions. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that put their monitors next to windows where there's like water coming through, and you know what I'm saying? Or there's like people in high moisture rooms. And there's also heat problems, like people like right by the light. So just try to protect your monitor. And by the way, I play right next to a window where there's light, but I have a curtain, of course, but it's a white curtain, so light still comes through. But we like it like that. We don't like to live in a dark house, And it's literally right next to it, and I lay to the side of my monitor. I'm so weird. I play on the floor. It's so funny. I lay on my head on the floor, and then yeah. So, um, let me just draw a picture maybe here, how I can tell you how I watch my. So this is my monitor. I'm trying to draw here. And the window, the curtain is like right here. Like it takes the whole house, like it's right there, the curtain. But that's the wall, right? But this monitor, I'm looking this way. It's looking this way. And there's a wall right here where I put my pillow. And I lay my head here. And I'm laying, um, this is me gaming my PS5. It's over here. My controller, you know. I just plug it in. So as you can see, the light is coming through here. But this is not looking at the light. It's curved a little bit away. And this, I'm a little bit away from this wall. I'm not hugging this light wall. But as you can see, I'm laying to the side of my monitor and on the head tilted up on the back of this wall. That's how I like to game. I don't like gaming in chairs. This is the video. It's all about how I like to game too. I don't even know if this video is going to make it. But anyway, how do we take this off? Okay. So, next topic. I just ranted on, but basically just saying many LEDs better than OLED. So, and next thing I would like to talk about is the problem with the RAM. Yeah, so I'm looking for, let's just wrap this up. I'm looking for a mini LED monitor made from LG, and I'm just upset about it, I guess. So, I just want to recommend to get a mini LED if you're looking to buy a TV. So, viewers, you should get a mini LED and not an OLED unless you want it to die. Well, I'm not going to put that. I'm just going to put that. Why can't I spell not? Oh my god. I can't even like put a full sentence. Get a mini LED and not an OLED. Alright. Because of the OLED will die. So next topic, we're changing topics. I wanted to talk about the RAM because in Korea, I know some little secrets going on with this RAM thing, but I can't say I'm going to get in trouble, you know, if I say anything. So I can't really say a lot, but I will say the prices will come down. And no matter of fact, there is already a plant being made up in Idaho. Micron has a huge plant. I even looked at the images. Like the buildings are just going up so fast. A multi-billion-dollar project there, trillion probably. But yeah, the chips will be coming out. But when they first make the factory, they have to go through like a whole testing phase, which takes a lot of time because, as you know, you don't want to get any faulty electronics coming out. So it just takes a long time for them to make the plants. But new plants are coming. I guess we're talking about the RAM now, so we're doing a new topic. And so the RAM issue in Korea is also bad. The LG Gram, I know I'm talking about LG too much. Most all computer parts and stuff are expensive. Even the PS5 over here is like $900. And I'm like, what? I bought it back in 2023. Yeah, I know. I was late to the game to buy a PS5. And I got mine for $550 with tax. And then I sold my PS4 Pro for $100. And I'm using that money. I'm saying that was going to be going towards my PS5. But of course, I bought the PS5 first and then sold my PS4. I wouldn't just sell my PS4 and then go buy a PS5 because I didn't know if I was going to get one available. But for sure, the prices and the RAM prices will come down. $100%. But we don't know. We are not sure when, because the let's just say there's a lot of companies coming to America to make RAM, and let's just say Trump's tariffs have played a role in this for the RAM going up, but it was a good thing because now companies are not, America's not getting like pushed around in the business world where they're just being exploited for all their freedom or whatever by companies. So what I'm trying to say is RAM is going to come down no matter what, because the factories are being built by several different companies, and I can't say all the companies that I know are building in America, but for sure I can tell you Micron is. But I'm just going to give you a little hint. Other companies are coming to America. So you just fill in the blank with what company you think is coming. And of course, as they come, it's going to take a long time to build these factories. But yeah. And this is affecting me because, why is this affecting me? I wanted to get the new steam machine. But, but the price might not be good. I don't know, and I don't know if they're going to be available in Korea. So, talking about the RAM, I think we can be done with this. And if you want to know my real opinion about this is what I wanted to say about why I'm so angry about the situation. It's not because I can't buy anything. I have a PS5, so I don't care. But if the RAM, if Microsoft and Nvidia spelling Nvidia plus OpenAI plus who else is in this deal? Others, I don't know. Actually used their money for building their own RAM manufacturer facilities. They would be smarter. Because right now, all the investors are leaving. All these Microsoft, they're leaving Nvidia, they're leaving OpenAI, and everybody hates them. Because they took a giant poop on the world and saying, we're richer than the whole world. Why don't we just take a giant poop on the whole world? And the whole world said, guess what? You just got canceled. And they're like, oh no, what would we do? We just got canceled. So I'm not even going to use OpenAI anymore. And I've never really used that much Microsoft. I've always used Apple. But I know everybody's like going into Linux and stuff. Everybody's tired of Microsoft 11 and stuff. It's just so funny, like how much stuff they try to force down your throat, and like you're gonna take this, what Microsoft does and what Nvidia, like I'm not trying to be mad at Nvidia because I know they make gaming graphics cards and it's cool. It's just sad that they're in the deal with this OpenAI and this RAM problem. But anyway, it's all over now. Let's just move to another topic. by the way, I wanted to talk about I'm a PS5 gamer. I'm really interested in getting a PS6. So this is another reason why I'm mad. It's not just the Steam machine. I wanted to get a PS6 too, and that is also coming into a problem. So I'm going to tell Sony, please make your own chip uh, chip manufacturing. I can't even spell. Plants for the like for everything. Like they need it for everything. And a lot of you guys don't know that like Samsung and LG are not like or Korea itself isn't like the most like they have every resource available. There's a lot of trading that goes on with getting like these crystals or these semiconductors or these little parts and stuff that they get from China, they get from other places. And I'm not going to say I know everything, but I do know that trading happens a lot in Korea. And I'm sure that it happens when they're building these. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. The huge mistake that the RAM made. And another mistake they made is they invested in temporary technology. And the thing is, technology is continually growing. It's like if you look at the graph and you look at where we started in the Stone Age, it's just going straight up. So like, and let's just say they bought like $1 billion worth of GDDR5 RAM chips. You know, but let's just say that for the sake of it, they wanted to invest in GDDR7 because they want to future proof their stuff. Even though there's DDR7 RAM, which is really good, the thing is technology. And it could be 3 years. It could be 3 years. We have that everything that they invested these billions of dollars in, it's already canceled because the next best thing is out. Just like how micro LED came out and just canceled in my way. They kind of canceled OLED for the smart people. But like I think some people are out there kind of a little. I'm not calling people dumb buying OLEDs because it is truly the best thing that is organic. It's the best thing for an organic thing, but it's not the best thing for a non-organic thing. So it's the thing is if you want to buy it, knowing that that it can possibly die, they have all these things like these strategies to keep it alive, but that's just copium. You know what I mean? It's gonna die. This is a long video. I need to stop this. I know this is random, all this, but anyway. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, the technology is continuing to grow. So why not just make your own plant instead of investing that much money? I mean, that is so much money that they invested. They could have made their own manufacturing plant. That's just my point. And also, I just want to talk a little bit about American and education and like we need better education in America. We need smarter students. As America is falling behind these other countries, and living in Korea, I can see in the students like they're always studying. They're always going to academies after they're done going to school. The parents are pushing the kids. The kids are taking tests. It's very competitive. America needs competitive education. We don't even care. Like we just throw it in the trash. And that's the reason why we have so many engineering problems in America. We need to have taller buildings. We need to start using smarter materials. Stop using wood in your house. Build a house with glass and rock. There's nobody can get glass and rock because it's too expensive. Well, we need more companies to make the tools to make the glass. It's not that hard to make glass. but you have to have the right setup, the right manufacturing. We need more factories, you know what I'm saying? We need more smart factories. We need a lot more glass. We need a lot more metals that are cheap for people to buy and for builders to use. The reason why builders use wood, all right, we're talking about construction and engineering, whatever. By the way, my family comes from a plumbing background, so I'm used to like running. I always did the water pipes, and my dad and all. I worked with other guys too, but they always did the drains. So I always did. I started out when I was younger. It was always copper, but then the technology changed to PEX, which is made in France, and it's like a stringy plastic that you can just bend around. But you can't. It can get kinked, but it's really strong, and it's yeah. You could just look it up. It's called PEX, PEX. What was I going to talk about? We're talking about construction topic. Oh my god, I can't spell. This is embarrassing. Don't look at this. By the way, I just woke up. I need to take another sip of coffee. This is too long a video. I shouldn't even put this out. This is not like me. Who's gonna watch this shit? Nobody. But what I was gonna say is, like America, USA needs smarter material factories, which means more competition. Because we have factories that make glass and metal, but there's not that many of them. That's the problem, and they're not available, and it's going to be cheaper. And it's actually good that LG is falling behind a little bit because, um, and by the way, I recommend getting a KTC. I know I'm going KTC or a TLC. These are really good brands if you're looking to get a mini LED. KTC and TLC is basically China's version of Samsung and LG. They're like two companies. And I guess in America you could compare it to Apple and Microsoft. I don't know if they're that big though. I don't think so. I don't think they're that big. They're not that big. Um, I don't know about China's technology, and even America. I know we have Google, but like it's like a global thing. But we're gonna go back to here. So we need so we need glass and like just in general the building um we need smart engineers to dig down into the earth, put the pillars, put the right pillar, the right amount of concrete, and we basically need to restructure how we build everything in America because it's so dumb the way we build things. It's like we just put some rocks down, put a slab of concrete, and then that's it. They call it a day. Like we need to think about the future of America and make things that will last for a long time. Um, and by the way, we're talking about this biodegradable wood is not good because, in a sense, it's living, right? But when you cut it off, you still think it's dead, right? But it's really the freaking termites will eat it still, right? So do not when you're buying a house, do not buy a wood house, okay? If you live in a wood house, now some people say there you can't see the wood and it doesn't matter, but I'm talking about the structure. Even though you think that it's strong, tornadoes do exist, and they can rip through walls and roofs, and that's the most important thing, is the walls and roofs. We need, and this is what we need. We need glass. and metal. Mostly steel, right? And then there's sure there's some iron probably too, but we need glass and metal housing in America. It's so insane how many things that just, especially locations where they get hit by hurricanes. Now we need smart glass too because there's glass that is really strong. So yeah, we need to invest in more education in America, construction, um, and that's just basically all my topics. Any more topics that I want to talk about? Hopefully everybody has a good Sol now, which is the Chinese New Year, and it's just now ending. This is the last day, so yeah, I had some extra time off, and I wish everybody a good 2026. And I hope you enjoyed this rant, and I'm gonna end it here. Peace out.